In the late 1980s, Kurt Cobain met Chris Novoselic, a friendship that would change music history. Together, they formed a band that would eventually be called Nirvana. At first, it was just noise in garages, small shows, and underground clubs. No one expected a revolution. Nirvana's early music was raw, aggressive, and emotionally chaotic. Kurt's lyrics didn't follow traditional storytelling. They were abstract, painful, and sometimes confusing, but they felt real. That honesty separated Nirvana from everything else on the radio. In 1991, everything changed. The release of Nevermind shocked the world. The song Smells Like Teen Spirit exploded unexpectedly. Overnight, Nirvana went from underground nobodies to global superstars. The song became an anthem for a generation that felt ignored, angry, and misunderstood. But Kurt hated the idea of being a rock god. He didn't want fans worshiping him. He didn't want commercial success to define his art. He wanted people to hear the pain, not the fame. Ironically, the more he resisted stardom, the more powerful his influence became. Kurt became the face of grunge, a movement that rejected glamour and exposed emotional truth. Flannel shirts, messy hair, and anti-fashion became symbols of authenticity. Millions of young people finally felt seen. But behind the scenes, Kurt was drowning. He felt trapped by expectations, interviews, record labels, and fans who misunderstood his message. Nirvana was successful, but Kurt felt increasingly disconnected from the music industry and even from his own identity. The revolution he helped create was now consuming him. Depression and inner war. Fame did not heal Kurt Cobain. It magnified everything he was already struggling with. As Nirvana toured the world, Kurt's mental health declined. He suffered from chronic pain, insomnia, and deep depression. He felt like a product instead of a person. Interviews frustrated him, fans misunderstood him, critics labeled him without understanding his soul. Kurt began isolating himself emotionally. He felt guilty for his success while others suffered. He hated hypocrisy and felt uncomfortable being rich while singing about pain. This internal conflict tore him apart. Music was still his outlet, but even music started to feel like pressure. The media painted him as angry, lazy, or unstable, but few saw the emotional exhaustion behind his eyes. Kurt wasn't trying to shock people. He was trying to be honest in a world that preferred lies. He wrote songs that sounded aggressive but were deeply vulnerable. Under the distortion and screams were cries for understanding. The more famous he became, the lonelier he felt. This was no longer just about music, it was about identity, purpose, and survival. Turned into art. Nirvana's third album, In Utero, was Kurt's attempt to take control back. He wanted the album to sound uncomfortable, raw, and honest, even if it scared people away. This was Kurt at his most exposed. The lyrics were darker, the sound was harsher, the emotions were unfiltered. It was not made for radio, it was made for truth. Critics were divided. Some praised its bravery, others didn't understand it. But Kurt didn't care anymore. He was tired of pretending. At the same time, his personal life was collapsing under pressure. He felt misunderstood, exhausted, and emotionally broken. The pain he once released through music now lived inside him constantly. Despite everything, Kurt still cared deeply about art, fairness, and expression. He believed music should tell the truth, even when the truth hurts. But the weight became too heavy. The eternal legacy. In 1994, Kurt Cobain's life came to a tragic end. The world was stunned. Fans mourned not just a musician, but a voice that spoke for the broken, the lost, and the unheard. Kurt Cobain became more than a rock star. He became a symbol of emotional honesty. His death sparked global conversations about mental health, fame, and the cost of artistic pressure. But Kurt's voice did not die. His music still speaks, his lyrics still connect, his pain still feels real. Kurt Cobain taught the world that it's okay to be vulnerable, that art doesn't need perfection, it needs truth. And even in silence, his scream is still heard.